2, and then there were 3. I'm Anna.
I'm Kaley.
And I'm Katie.
Today, guys, we have a really, really important guest. She's already laughing. She's super excited. Our first guest, Joselyn. Everyone, introduce yourself.
Joselyn.
Hello. Thank you. I'm very, very excited to be on this podcast. I've heard so much about it. Number one
Jocelyn's
fan.
bouncing out of her seats.
Number one fan. I don't even know if I need this chair, really.
She wants to stand up and do like jumping jacks as she speaks today.
Well, we're bringing Joselyn on because we have a lot of questions. So her birthday is coming up very soon, and she's going to be turning
November 10th.
30.
30.
Oh,
30.
my God.
How does it feel?
I was having major anxiety. My therapist said it's going to be okay. So now I'm good. Now I'm excited.
As long as the therapist says it's okay.
Yeah, Lizzie and I have been really close the last couple of months, and she said it's good.
We love that. Well, we wanted to bring you on because we have a lot of questions. So Katie, Kaley, and I are only 22 years old, right? Kaley's almost 23. Yeah, we're that young. She's like, oh my God, I'm hanging out with
How old
really
did you think we were?
Really young
I don't know. I thought you guys were like 25. You guys are so mature for your age.
We're friends with Brooke.
I know. That's probably why.
Yeah.
Brooke's like living her life, like trying to get married already.
So we wanted Joselyn to come on because as though she's turning 30, she also still acts like she's 21 years old. But we love that. We love that she's still a young soul.
I am. I kind of just never grew out of the young stage, and I think it's probably because I hang out with you guys all the time.
As you should.
Jocelyn's almost 30 and she hangs out with 22-year-olds in her free time.
Okay, that's because people my age don't like to go out. Everyone's married, and everyone doesn't like, or everyone stays at home. And it's like I'm still like I'm single, and I want to go out and want to meet people.
Yeah, and you're
not
so
single
much fun.
anymore, but
So the tea.
Jocelyn's actually about to get married, in case you didn't know.
yes. The boy and I have been going strong for a good 3 months. And met the family on the first week, went to Cabo on the second week with the family. So
It's moving fast.
It's moving
fast. But
when
it's
you
good.
know, you know.
It is like when you get to that age and you get to 30 and you kind of been through, a couple different states of guys, and you kind of figure out which one you want.
So when you're out, do you tell people that you're almost 30?
No, yeah, it depends. Sometimes I'm like 29. If I like see someone who's like super young, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm like 29. And then if I see someone older, I'm like, yeah, I'm 30. I have my life
Do you ever
together.
go younger than 29?
Oh yeah. Yeah. When I'm out with you guys, I say 25.
But no one would ever know.
Yeah, I usually like ask the people around me, like, how old do you think I am? And that's how old I will stick with for the night.
You're like,
For
oh my
sure.
God, you're right.
I'm good.
I actually just graduated college.
Yeah.
Jocelyn, I feel like our main questions arise around what happens when you're about to turn 30? Like, does the sky come falling?
Yeah, it's a whirlwind of emotions. I don't know where to start.
Let's start with relationships. But when I say relationships, I'm talking about people in general, like how your friends have progressed from like who got married, who's like already like about to break up, stuff like that. Like,
is
anyone divorced already?
Ooh, I know a couple people divorced and remarried already. So it's like they can have 2 people and I can't have 1. Like that's like unfair. But it does change the older you get. I was in a 4-year relationship from when I was like 24 to or whatever, 23 to 27, like doing distance, like with the guy. It ended up really badly. And I was so scared to get out of the relationship because I'm like, well, I'm 27. Everyone's married. Like I can make this work. Like I've already made it work for so long. Like I can just like stick it out a little bit longer. It's all about communication, like whatever. And it just like I was just like not happy. And then finally got out of the relationship and then moved back home, which when you move back home at 27, it's like, yeah, I can save a lot of money, but you're still like, all your friends are like,
and that's
living
how
their
Jocelyn's
lives.
our sugar mommy.
And that's kind of how it all began.
But I think that's really important that you were in a relationship for 4 years and you're 27 and you thought that the world was ending, but you were in a really toxic relationship. But you're come to show that there's so much more and you can get out of it and still find the person, and it's not too late, and you shouldn't stay with someone because you think you've been together for so long.
Right. And it's like, it was so hard because I wasn't only dating him. I was dating his family. I was dating his friends, and I was closer to his family than I was closer to some of my own family members. And it's just like, you're breaking up with more than just that person. So it's so hard to get out of it, especially when you're like, are almost living with the person. Like you've been through, you think like the worst shit ever. But if you've already gone for like what you think is the worst, like it's only not going to get better. It's going to get worse than that.
Did you feel a lot of pressure to get married? Like when you what age are you like, shit, I need to get married?
Probably around like 27, like 26, 27. I moved out of Nebraska right after college. The week out of college, I was out. And that was probably the best decision I made, because when you stay, you just keep staying, and there's another excuse. It's cheap, it's affordable living. You know, you have your family, your friends, you know everything. But like when I moved, I was like, if I don't get out right away, I'm afraid that I'm just going to like hold on to this like security. And you need to get like unsecure for a little bit. Like I moved to Arizona where I knew one person, and they weren't even someone I've ever even met before. It was a friend of a friend. And the best advice I would say, if you're trying to move away, move to a place where all the action is. Like move, it's going to be a little bit more like expensive, but even if it's like a 6-month lease, like go where you can walk around, because then you're going to go out all the time. You're going to meet people. It's going to be a lot easier. But get out of Nebraska. But at like 27, everyone's getting married. Like that's when you're getting like the most wedding invites. You want to have a date to the wedding, like, you know, all that stuff. And it sucks. But, or like your friends are like, oh, let's go, all go to Cabo together. And you're like, okay, well, I'm going to be the single person on the couch again. Like, screw this. But you just got to get out of that relationship and don't worry about what other people are doing. Like the moment you're not happy, and I put a timeline to mine. I was like, okay, if things aren't better in like 3 months, 6 months, whatever, then I have to stop it. And you got to tell someone too that like, if these things aren't better, because then someone's going to hold you accountable. But I was also doing distance with the guy to break up. So that was kind of like a relief. But then, I mean, shit hit the fan after that. It still
What was
like,
the deciding factor?
oh God. So my best friend Bree was getting married in Arizona.
Have I met her?
Bree's the like short one with the long brown hair.
Did she get us into waste management that one day? No, that was Nicole.
That was Nicole. Also short brown hair.
Yeah.
Bree's they're both crazy short girls.
Crazy short girls, man.
Yes. But I was going to Bree's wedding, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna give it this chance. Like, this is the last time. Like, I want him, like, it's a wedding. Like, there should be love and dancing and fun. And like the moment he got there, he was just like gambling a ton. Like he like has a huge gambling like addiction. And then like it was just like not about me, not about my friends, like wouldn't go to the rehearsal stuff with me, like wanted to stay, wouldn't go to the brunch after. At the wedding was just like super fucked up, blacked out, just like sitting on the side, like not wanting to dance. I was like, this is not what I want at my wedding. Like I was like, if this is my wedding, this is not what I would want.
Yeah.
And I was just like, at that moment, I was like, I'm done. And everyone around me could see it too. Yeah. And then
did you break up that night?
So then I was supposed to go to California with him. So we had to fly to California together. And it was literally the worst 24 hours of my life. It was just fighting. I literally was so like lost and didn't know what to do. I literally drove to a church and like sat in the parking lot. I was like, Jesus Christ, help me, God. Like, what do I do?
Holy
like, Holy Spirit, please show me a
over my
sign
body
that I can just get out of here alive. And after that, I just ended it. And then
was he sad?
Like, no, like it was weird. And I broke up with him, and then he didn't like know. And we had a wedding like coming up, and like didn't hear him. Went back to Nebraska, like went home, didn't talk to him for like 2 weeks. And he texts me one day, or calls me one day, or texts me, I don't know. And he's like, "So are we going to this wedding together?" I'm like, I broke up with you. Like,
how did he not know?
I don't, because he's just a sociopath, a toxic guy, manipulation, whatever. Literally name gaslighter, narcissist, all that stuff.
Yeah. Shots fired.
Yeah.
This is funny because I've literally met him.
And did you think? Yeah,
I don't remember.
He was just
in your basement.
Yeah, probably like hid it in a corner or something.
Yeah, I think you guys were being quiet.
Yeah,
probably because we were fighting.
Yeah,
like we always do. Anyways, just don't get into, if you are unhappy, give yourself an amount of time. If it's like 3 months, 6 months, whatever, give yourself an amount of time. And if you're still unhappy, then you got to go. Cause I never thought that I would find anyone, literally anyone. Cause I'm like, well, no one's going to know me like this. I'm going to have to, but the hardest thing was like, I'm going to have to open up all over again to somebody.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to tell them all my secrets, all these things about me. Like this is going to suck.
So going from high school, college to mid-20s to now almost 30, what would you say, like, relationship advice? How does it switch and move? And
well, I was really naive when I dated the first guy. I really didn't know what gaslighting was. I don't really know really didn't know what red flags to look for. And then
Because TikTok wasn't a thing.
because honestly, TikTok wasn't a thing. Like
No one was there to
honestly,
tell you.
like get me on tarot card reading TikTok when
I did that last night and it told me
yes.
I was gonna find someone.
Oh my gosh, there's been so many times where I'm like, yeah, I'll pay the $20, like 100%. Like I will Venmo you right now. Like I would go on the live streams and just be like, I'm like, they're talking to me. I know it. He's coming back. He's coming back.
He's coming back.
It's so bad. And
About
then
Dylan.
and then I go buy the crystals, and then I'm like getting sage and saging everybody in my that walks through my house. Like, come here, I need to cleanse you.
Sage.
No,
All
it,
for a boy.
yeah, it changes because like you know what red flags you're looking for now. You know what you don't want, and you know what you do want. And like I hate going on like blind dates. I went on a couple of them, and I literally hate it. I can talk for hours, but blind dates and Hinge dates and stuff like that.
How do you prepare for a blind date?
Oh my
How do you
God,
prepare for a first date in general?
You drink a couple glasses of wine and you go in with it knowing what you're going to do after. Like have a plan after so you have like an escape route if you need one.
Yeah.
So if
Do you
Smart.
suggest dinner, drinks, coffee, ice cream?
drinks because it's late at night, you can have an excuse. You have work in the morning.
Yeah.
If you do coffee, like
So drinks on a
I think
weekday
coffee
night?
on a
Drinks
first
on a
date would be
weekday.
no. I could not
coffee
do that.
is like for
Be kinda
people that you
weird.
haven't seen in a long time and you want
Yeah.
to catch up.
Yeah.
Like
not getting to know each other.
right.
So you would
do
suggest
drinks.
first date drinks on a weeknight so that you have an
Weeknight.
excuse to work.
Yep.
in the
Do a
morning.
Thursday.
weeknight.
Oh,
Thursdays are
that's
good because you
smart.
could still be going out. So if like you
Mhm.
don't have work,
Yeah.
like you can keep drinking if you do
Yeah.
like him.
Yeah.
If not, you have an escape route.
Have you ever gone home with someone on the first date?
What
are your thoughts?
Let me think. I don't think so. I don't think I've. Well, a lot of my first dates have been blind dates.
Have you kissed on the first date?
No. Well, no. But with Camden, I did because I kissed him before I even said hi to him. So that was interesting. But because we were talking, so he DM'd me and was like, "Oh, come."
So the first time you met, you just kissed him
I
right
just
away?
kissed him right away.
Jumped into his
Shut up.
arms?
I really did. Yeah, he was so hot. He was looking so hot, and we were supposed to go to a Storm Chasers game for our first date. And I'm like, okay. He's like, come over, like, stay the night for the weekend, because like we were been talking for a couple weeks. Like I just thought I was gonna come like for the weekend and just like hook up and go home. Like that's what I thought the weekend was gonna be. And so I went there and I was like, okay, like whatever. Haven't hooked up with someone for a while. Like this will be fun. And so walked and saw him. He was looking super hot, and I was just like, was so nervous. I just kissed him because I was just like, I don't know what to
I don't know what to do with my face.
Yeah,
and my
I was
hands.
just like- I was
I
like,
kiss you.
rolling my freaking suitcase, like, and then like rolling it down the
People
street.
watching were
Did he
like,
pick you
oh
up from
my
the
God, these
airport?
people have known each other for
'cause
years.
He wanted to pick me up from the airport, but I was like, no, I've never met this guy. I don't want to pick me up from the airport. I was like, Mom, like you're picking me up. And then I just like drove over there because like go for the date. And then we
Yeah.
had a really good date. And then actually that's the first time I slept with someone on the first date. So you should if it's the right person.
And now they're getting married.
Yeah, now they're getting married.
I love that.
So that's
Cam.
Jonathan's
if it's the right
advice.
if it's the right guy, then yes. But if you're not, don't feel pressured just because like he's there. There's always gonna be someone else. Like
Yeah.
you girls are beautiful. Like everyone's like,
Oh.
you're so welcome. I got in my
Literally.
feelings that one time and sent you
Oh,
guys that
yeah.
long
Yeah.
You
text.
send us long
Mhm.
paragraphs. We love you so much.
I
You're like our
I
mother.
need another one of those.
It's literally why we brought you on here. Okay,
Oh.
changing subjects, relationships still, friendships. How has that evolved for you
Yeah.
since college till right now?
In college, I wanted to be everyone's friend. I wanted everyone to be my friend. I wanted to have the biggest friend group, like be like, oh, I'm
Yeah.
friends with the DGs and the Stigeps, and I'm friends with the Gs, whatever. I wanted to be the largest friend group. And then when I left college, even then, I still wanted to grow the largest friend group and I think you should, when you leave college, you should always try to say yes. Like say yes on the weekend, say yes to the trips. That's how you're going to make friends. That's how you're going
Yeah.
to see who you want to be friends with. But the older I've got since I moved to Austin about a year ago, I've started not cutting people out. I'll still like say yes to everything, but your friend, it shouldn't be effort. Like it should be easy. Like you can sit on the couch and talk to someone. Like if you
Mhm.
are constantly giving 110% and they're only giving 65%, like it's not worth your time. And you got to start putting up those emotional boundaries. Thank you, Lizzie, for that vocab word.
Lizzie the therapist.
Lizzie the therapist.
Lizzie McGuire.
She's got her nose.
Lizzie
She got a nose
McGuire.
ring. She's super cool. But you got to start putting up those emotional boundaries, because if you're just constantly giving advice to someone and then when you need them and they're like not there, it's just like, what am I doing? And like I've never had to cut a friend out of my life before. And this person, like I still love them, but it was just so much more of me giving. And every time I asked for something like, oh, I need you here, like they would just not be there. And it was just like, I was tired of like being disappointed. And it is like harder to cut out friends than it is guys, surprisingly. Like guys, you'll give a million chances to. Like they give you an ounce of like attention and like you will keep coming back. But girls, it's like one and done.
Yeah.
So like treat guys like how you would treat a girl if they did that, you know?
Interesting.
Great advice.
Second chances.
I do feel that, like, you know, when a guy doesn't want you, you're chasing them. It's like with a girl, you don't want to be friends with someone who doesn't want to be friends with you. Why do you want to be with someone who doesn't want to be with you? You know, you have to have relationships in that way where you keep giving the guys the chance. But if a girl were to do that, stab me in the back, I'd be like, screw you, I'm done.
Right.
So
You cheat on me, we're done.
yeah, exactly.
You cheat on me with another friend
group. What's TikTok? Did you go over there and watch Love Island, or did you just sit there? I watched Love Island. Okay, bye.
Jocelyn, I asked you what years you went to college because I was thinking about the amazing music that came out during that era. And like, what was it like going out during the era of like Pitbull, Flo Rida? Like you were in the prime of all the throwbacks. You
Let me tell you.
I'm jealous.
Okay.
Like all we have is Mama.
You know, apple bottom jeans with the fur. Okay.
That was when you were in college.
That was when I was in high school.
Oh.
But it's still a really good song.
So say what years you went to college.
Okay. So I went to college in 2011 through 2015. Great times to be alive. Great times. Definitely.
No worries. Like
no
hardcore
worries.
spray tans.
No worries.
Oh,
very
spray
blonde hair.
tans. Still doing the
Eyeliner.
bleach blonde.
Also,
under eyeliner.
The social media was so different. Now I feel like everything is posted and you get caught so quick. You can't get away with anything because everything's on social media and everyone has their phone right away. I feel like when you were in college, it was so fun because it was so carefree. No one had their phones
Oh
out.
my God.
No
I had my digital camera.
Yeah, I was gonna
and
say,
I had a case. I had a case for my digital camera because.
And you were being serious. It wasn't to be vintage.
No,
it was to be serious.
It
to be
wasn't for the
vintage.
cute vintage pictures.
Oh, obviously, like I had my digital camera, and I like
you went to a frosh with the.
Oh, if you lost your camera, that was like literally the end. Like getting a new memory card. Like you had to clear your memory card before you went out on Fridays. Like.
That's hilarious.
And then
spray
like
tan, clear memory card.
Oh my God,
like get
spray
alcohol.
tans all the time.
So
The bump was huge. I would tease the fuck out of people's hair. They would come into my hair and just tease the shit out of it. Honest to God, though, I was looking for my mom's teaser before I came out here. I was like, you tease the shit, and you're so flat. The side
She's
part,
still
the side
in
part,
side parts.
Oh God, there were so many.
I missed
different
the side
trends.
What did you
era.
wear? Where'd you wear out?
Okay, we wore the skinny skirts, the skinny short skirts, and then you wear like a big t-shirt and you tuck the t-shirt in.
What?
Yeah, so it's like this, it's like a baggy t-shirt, like with like gems or stuff, like bedazzled. I don't know. It's like
in pattern.
God, I don't even know if I have anything on my phone that I can show you guys, but it is, yeah. And then you wear heels, and then you do this side part.
Heels out to a frosh.
Oh, thick heels with
chunk
chunk heels. I remember the first frosh I went to. I showed up at AKO and I think it was like jeans.
For those of you who do not know what a frosh is, it's pretty much a frat purchases like this house, this like beat up house, and you go in this basement where the walls are exposed. There's $10 alcohol mixed with the brand of Target.
They literally have a mountain of vodka bottles and generic
It's like a
Sprite
model.
bottles
Sprite, yeah, like off-brand Dr. Pepper,
sitting on a cement floor waiting for you to chug and pass around.
and it's also 1,000 degrees under there, and everyone's just
oh my
And
God.
your
and
shoulder to
everyone's in sardines and just blasting music, lights completely off.
Oh my God, black lights and everything. And
Mhm.
what are their highlighter parties?
Yeah,
Black lights.
Aw.
No, but yeah, I showed up to AKO one day, our sorority, and my mom in the house was like, come up to my room. Let me give you something else. She like changed me into these like the skirt and the t-shirt and the heels. And I was like, what? Where am I? Like, I'm like, and then I went to an all girls high school, like Catholic school. I never drank in high school. Never drank. I drank like twice. I know,
What?
it's shocking. I know. And
I
then
don't believe that.
that's why I'm so crazy now is because I was
She's
sheltered.
making up for her.
I was sheltered for 17 years that I needed to let all that out. In the next 17
Still going at
years,
30.
it's still going. It's
Don't
still
shelter
going.
your
making up
children.
for her lack
Don't.
of time.
Do not shelter your children. Let them drink. Be the mom that's like, I'll pick up. My mom even was like, oh, if you're drinking, I'll pick up. No, yeah, right, mom. I'm not going to drink on Saturday and then go to church on Sunday with you guys. Absolutely not. So it was a whole game changer for me going to college, and then college to like the real world where your parents cut you off and you're like, okay, I had to pay $7 for a vodka soda. Like, what is that? So then you start, getting creative. And, when you live in Scottsdale or like crazy places with bottle service, you go up to those tables and you kind of just dance and you're just like,
Learn how to save money
hey,
quick.
yeah, you learn how to save money. Like you become a bottle rat. But I'm telling you, I didn't spend money. I maybe $5 for a drink for myself. And then you get on the table and you
There
find
you
a
go.
nice guy, you dance, and your night goes on.
I need to start to.
You need to be a bottle rat.
No, I need to start forgetting my credit cards again.
Yeah,
like I
you
used
do.
to.
Ooh, that's smart. That's smart.
I used
but
to
now
do
there's
that
Venmo. Everyone will be like, oh, you can just Venmo me
Yeah,
for this
then
drink.
just never do it.
All right. Yeah.
Right. No.
Well, there was this time where I lost my debit card and that was the only card I had, and it was linked to my Venmo, so I couldn't even do that. And then I just got everything for free.
Oh my god.
This is also when I was
Wow.
20.
going out.
So it's like
Gosh.
more fun to get drinks for free when you're underage. for
Okay, so I
sure.
feel like in high school you have this perception of your life in your 20s.
Mhm.
Like when I was in high school, I'm like, I'm getting married at 24. I'm having kids at 27.
I definitely thought
Yeah.
at the age of almost 23, I would have had a boyfriend by now.
So when you were in high school, what did you think you were going to be at when you were going to turn 30?
Okay, this is sad. I had a little journal with my sister and I had all my kids' names written out. Me and my
Oh my
sister had
God.
a no sex pact, and it was like my
Oh, which sister?
Nicole. And she's like, if Joselyn and Nicole don't have sex before marriage, they will buy each other puppies.
How old are you?
Puppies for no
this
sex.
is high school. This is high school. This is like
Puppies for no sex.
15, maybe. Yeah. I didn't know what sex was. And I was just like, it's just sex. Like, whatever. Your parents are like, you will get pregnant and die and you'll go
Yeah.
to hell. And I'm just like, okay, like, yeah, I can do that.
So I get the puppy.
So no one got the puppy. No one has
Where's
a
the
puppy.
puppy
And if you're
now?
wondering,
The
none of them have a puppy.
The puppy is gone. The puppy's not here. But yeah, when you're in high school, you think that, you're going to, you see all these people around you, happy marriages, social media. You don't really understand like what shit you're about to get
Right.
into, and the real
Yeah.
world hits. Even college, like I thought I still would, like after college, find a guy, whatever. No, it gets worse and worse, guys. Like, I'm sorry. Like,
Don't fucking tell me that.
it's hard. It really gets, it's just hard after
What
college.
is your advice for me and anyone
It's ho-
else?
okay, it's
for me
hard
doesn't
out of
have
college
a boyfriend
because
and never
you-
has.
because you have all these friends and then you go and you move somewhere new. Like you guys are moving to Arizona. You're like, okay, I want to get away from Nebraska. I want to meet new people. And so what you usually do is like, go on Hinge or go on a dating app. Cause you're like, oh, this way I'm going to meet new people, but it's just a distraction. Like how often are you actually going to go meet with
Right.
those people?
Yeah. I
It's
don't think I've
just
ever met with
never-
a single Hinge
Right.
person.
It's just a distraction. And so the only way is like find one person to go out with you on like a Thursday or a Friday and keep going back to the same place. Make friends with the bartender that you see, like become a regular. And then you'll slowly start meeting new people. You'll start seeing the same faces around at the bar and just go up to them, because I would go up to guys all the time because I know they're not going to come up to me. So I would just go up to them and just go in with the intention of either being like, I want more friends here, and then automatically like follow up like the next week, be like, hey, we're going out Friday. Want to come over for a pregame? Like that was the easiest way.
That's really great advice.
Because no
really
one's
good
gonna
advice.
approach a group of
Please
like
keep
7
talking.
Yeah,
pretty girls.
exactly.
Right.
Like no one's gonna do that.
right, and just ask him. Like, don't ask him like to go get dinner. Don't ask him to get coffee or drink. Say,
Come
hey,
over
we're having
pregame.
a pregame. Like invite
really good
whoever you
advice.
want, and then they'll bring their guy friends, and then you
Yeah.
guys
Oh my
all go
God,
out
that's
and just
genius.
make
Katie,
it
you need to
happen.
do
Okay,
that.
we're gonna go sit at we're gonna be freaks
Yeah.
at the bar and sit. But that's great advice,
Yeah.
honestly, because I always think, right now our friend group is what, like 15 people when we go out. No group of guys, 2 guys. Sometimes it happens, but no group of
Not
guys.
really though.
Yeah, not really.
They're not gonna seriously come
You
up.
know,
Like,
I'm only ever approached if I'm alone or with one other person.
Yeah, because it's intimidating. I would never go up to
I
a
would never
group
go-
of
7
really hot
guys. Yeah.
15 guys. Hell no,
Yeah. All right, we only have 1 minute left. Joselyn,
No, I
Your
want
best
to touch on.
advice.
I want to touch on one thing.
in
What's
1
your
minute.
craziest
Okay, go.
story?
Okay, so rumor has it
Oh, no.
that you have kissed a famous person.
Oh my god. Wait, why didn't we bring this up earlier?
I need you to
have.
spill the deets. I need you to spill the deets.
Okay. I'll try to do this quickly. So,
She's like-
there was this one time in college, this bar that's no longer there called the Downtown. They were hosting this movie. They were doing a tour for their movie called Neighbors. Neighbors 2, they were doing a tour. So they're going to different colleges promoting their movie. And they chose our bar, which I was a bartender at, to
In Lincoln, Nebraska.
in Lincoln, Nebraska, to be a bartender while these guys were here. So it was like Dave Franco.
Who was in
Casually?
Lincoln?
Yeah.
That's so
in Lincoln,
sick.
Dave Franco, McLovin, a couple
Literally,
other
why?
people.
Who was the other?
I don't remember the other person. I
She
can't
only
remember
remembers
the
2 of them, and she
Can't
kissed either Dave Franco or McLovin.
You
And
decide.
You guys decide.
You guys decide
who
which
she went
one.
home with and kissed. McLovin or Dave Franco.
All right, tell us, Joselyn.
So the night got really crazy. We're taking Vegas bombs. We're in the back bar having fun. And they're like, hey, come back to our hotel with us. Like they snuck us out through the back and we went back to their hotel doing post games. And, Dave Franco was talking to me and we were like having a good time. And then he's like, I actually, have to go to bed. So I'm like, well, I'm staying up. So McLovin's over here and he's talking to me and he's
The
like,
next
hey,
best
The next best
hey,
thing.
let me show
Once
you.
Dave went to bed, the next best thing was freaking McLovin. No one else was there.
Not that I
Did
can
you think about
remember.
walking home?
That was not even a close one. It was so cold in Nebraska. I was in this tight little skirt and I was just like, you know what? I just want to go to bed. So I'm laying in bed with McLovin and
Fuck,
things.
it's too cold out. I need to
things-
sleep with McLovin.
Yeah. So he's like telling me a
I
story.
forgot my coat. I need McLovin.
And then, one thing just led to the next. But we didn't have sex. I will put that on the record. That never happened. But I
Is he
can't say
going
anything
around
else.
telling people this?
Yeah, McLovin.
Probably. I was probably the hottest girl he's hooked up
McLovin's
with.
starting
in
a
a while.
rumor that you guys have had sex. How do
McLovin
you-
was so obsessed with me. Oh my god! He was just like goes around telling everyone.
Oh my
it's
god.
Roman.
Okay.
That's hilarious.
Jocelyn, thank you so much for joining us.
Jocelyn, we love you.
appreciate it.
Mwah.